Close your eyes. Imagine absolute nothing. No stars, no darkness, no space, no time. Not even emptiness, because emptiness is something. Can you picture it? You can't. Nobody can. And that's exactly the problem scientists have been losing sleep over for a century. What existed before our universe? Before the Big Bang? Before time itself? Today, we're going somewhere your brain wasn't designed to go, and I promise, by the end, you'll never look at the night sky the same way again. The universe is expanding A&D that changes everything in the early 20th century. Astronomer Edwin Hubble pointed his telescope at what people assumed were random gas clouds drifting through space. What he found shook the scientific world to its core. Those weren't gas clouds. They were entire galaxies, billions of them. But that wasn't even the biggest bombshell. Every single one of those galaxies was moving away from us. Not some of them. All of them. That one observation cracked everything open. If all galaxies are moving apart right now, then run time backwards and everything must have once been compressed into a single, impossibly small point. The universe wasn't eternal. It had a beginning, and that beginning had a name. The Big Bang, the birth of everything scientists spent decades building on Hubble's discovery, and landed on the Big Bang Theory. Around 13.8 billion years ago, all of space, time, energy, and matter exploded from a state called the cosmic singularity, a point of infinite density and unimaginable heat where the laws of physics completely break down. There was no before. There was no where. Time itself didn't exist yet. Then, in a fraction of a second, everything burst into existence: energy, matter, the fundamental forces of nature, and the very fabric of space-time itself. It's one of the most beautiful and terrifying ideas in human history. But here's what nobody likes to talk about. The Big Bang Theory has a flaw. The flaw no one talks about: Alan Guth, an American theoretical physicist, dedicated his life to studying the early universe. And when he dug deep into the Big Bang Theory, something didn't add up. Think about it this way. Drop a paint-filled balloon onto a canvas. What do you get? Chaos, random splatters. Total disorder. That's what an explosion produces: randomness and unevenness. But that's not what the early universe looked like. When scientists mapped radiation left over from the Big Bang, they found something startling. The universe was almost perfectly uniform, incredibly smooth, far too even to have come from a chaotic explosion. Guth's explanation was revolutionary. He called it the theory of inflation. Before the Big Bang's outburst, an unknown force caused a blindingly rapid expansion, stretching the universe from subatomic size to cosmic scale in an incomprehensibly short instant. This inflation ironed everything smooth, producing the even universe we see today. Brilliant. Most scientists accepted it. But it still didn't answer the real question. What came before the inflation? What started everything? The cyclic universe death and rebirth German physicist Martin Bojewald approached this from a completely different angle, and his answer is both logical and deeply unsettling. He argued the cosmic singularity couldn't simply appear from nowhere. Nothing appears from nothing. That's not how physics works. Bojewald used quantum time to explain his idea. In classical physics, time flows like a river, smooth and continuous. But at the quantum level, time behaves more like the second hand of a clock. It moves in tiny discrete segments, with microscopic pauses between each tick. And crucially, the beginning of one segment is always the end of another. So what if our universe follows that same rhythm? The universe expands for billions of years, then slowly collapses back into a cosmic singularity, and then the Big Bang fires again. Our universe is not the first. It is not the last. Countless universes may have existed before ours, each born from the death of the previous one, in an endless cycle of cosmic rebirth. Time itself may have no beginning. Logical as it sounds, we currently lack the tools to gather evidence for it. But some scientists looked even further out beyond our universe entirely. The multiverse we are not alone hears, where things get truly mind-bending. Physicist Neil Turok and theoretical physicist Paul Steinhardt don't just believe our universe had a predecessor. They believe there are an infinite number of universes existing right now, parallel to our own. Inspired by string theory and M theory, two of the most advanced frameworks in modern physics, their model proposes that our universe exists on a brane, short for membrane. Picture a vast elastic sheet floating in higher dimensional space. Now imagine other branes, other universes floating nearby, like layers of fabric on a line. Each one a complete universe with its own stars and laws of physics. We can't see the universe next to ours. Not because it's far away, it might only be separated from us by the width of the fourth dimension, which our three-dimensional senses are completely blind to. New universes are born through brane collision. These parallel membranes drift toward each other across incomprehensible spans of time. When they finally collide, two big bangs ignite simultaneously. Two new universes burst into existence. The branes rebound. Each universe expands independently, and eventually, they drift back toward each other again. Remember Guth's mysterious inflation force? Turok and Steinhardt suggest their brane collision is that force. Two universes touching, and the energy of that cosmic contact powered our Big Bang. Why this is so hard to prove, Turok and Steinhardt faced fierce resistance, not because their math was wrong, but because the theory requires thinking in 11 dimensions simultaneously. Human brains evolved to navigate 3. And there's a deeper truth here. Scientists are human. They form attachments to established ideas. When Copernicus said the Earth wasn't the center of the solar system, people were outraged. When the Big Bang was first proposed, it was laughed at. Every revolutionary idea faces this wall before being accepted. Here's the honest reality. All three theories, the inflating Big Bang, the cyclic universe, and the brane multiverse, are currently equally supported by available evidence. None proven. None disproven. 3 paths forward, and we don't yet have the instruments to know which leads to truth. The question that defines us, the fact that human beings, creatures who appeared on this planet just a few 100,000 years ago, tiny specks on a pale blue dot orbiting one star among hundreds of billions, are even capable of asking this question is itself extraordinary. Before nothing became our universe, maybe there was another universe just like this one. Or maybe infinite universes, each born from invisible membranes colliding in dimensions we'll never see. Or maybe time is a clock with no starting position, just an endless tick, forward and backward, forever. The honest answer is, we don't know yet. And that's not a failure. That's an invitation. The greatest discoveries in human history haven't come from accepting what we already know. They've come from refusing to stop asking questions that seem impossible to answer. So which theory do you believe? The inflating Big Bang, the cyclic rebirth, or the brane multiverse? Drop your answer in the comments right now. And if this broke your brain in the best possible way, like, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Because next time, we're going somewhere even stranger. The universe isn't just bigger than you think. It's bigger than you're capable of thinking. See you there.